Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's me, Matthew, here, MJ for short, and welcome back to our final episode of Saseki Safari, guys. Will be our tour episode of the zoo. We'll finally get to actually have a proper tour of my zoo. So many episodes, such a wonderful series. I want to thank you guys so much for all the support you guys have given the series. My heart is truly touched, and I do hope you guys keep the support for our next series that will be upcoming after maybe a few weeks after this episode is released. So without further ado, let's push forward to our engines of a zoo. I don't know why our protesters showed up. Nothing is happening here in the zoo. So, yep, see, now they just put the signs down for some reason. Immediately turn away. This game. So you can see on the bottom middle corner, you can see there is 100% complexity meter. And that's for good reason. I'll show you guys in a second. So as you can see, we have this little entrance area, a basic parking lot, our bus stop over there, our ticket booths on the sides, which is just information centers, our beautiful black and white lion statue. No, I didn't actually realize this, but this actually just kind of symbolized the two first males we had in the zoo. Actually, well, I guess our first four males, because technically speaking, there are four families of lions in the zoo. Well, it seems like genealogy, at least genealogy-wise. Let's quickly push forward, past the area of security cameras watching, of course, a massive classic zoo entrance over here, and down Main Street. And this little lion statue over here is a memorial to Gamba, which was our second generation lion who carried so many children. He carried, I think, about 28 different kids, or at least had 28 different kids. Truly impeccable, I must be honest. As you can see, we also have our four little entrance plaza shops here: Chief Beef, Gulpy, Bunny Bakes, and Lady Balloons. We have a Just a Mint over here on the left, on the right. Of course, I got a Gulpy energy drink over here, Gulpy soda. On our left here, we have our first enclosure on our tour, and that is our oldest species in the current park, that being the common warthog. Now, currently, we have, I think, four or five of them in here. There they are. Now, these are all descendants of Chuma. He was one of our first, I think, second or third generation of common warthog, actually. They're still very popular animals to this day, actually. Still very popular. I do believe there's actually a albino in here. I want to see if we can please see the albino. I think, is he there in the river, I think? Please excuse the lighting. Yes, there is. There's albino. That is actually Iboina's son. Iboina was, I think, one of Chuma's children. That was albino, and actually she gave birth to another albino child, which is kind of crazy to think about because I kept him in storage for such a long time. It's a very basic enclosure at first, but it got the job done. This actually got us up to $100,000 in our second episode. These are warthogs, which actually led us to build our next area of the zoo. So let's quickly go over here. We'll get to this attraction over here in a second. There's wonderful little attractions everywhere we have. And we're over here, being our more or less Namibian style enclosure for our Gemsbok or Gemsbok. If you come from South Africa, you pronounce Gemsbok. As you can see, we have a few of them in here. Oh, oopsie. There we go. As you can see, we actually have, I think, three or four of them in here. And another albino male. Now, that is actually Tabia's son. Tabia being one of our first, I think, was our first albino Gemsbok. I've kept him also in storage for such a long time so I can present him as I guess as also just now a cool animal for our final episode of the zoo. So this entire enclosure is mainly inspired by the Namibian desert. Massive swaths there. Many Gemsbok do live in that area, also in the Northern Cape. Again, very basic enclosure, but I do like the style. The viewing area specifically for this enclosure was inspired by it was half inspired by the Indominus paddocks enclosure viewing. In a sense, like how they looked out into the enclosure itself like this. As you can see, here actually there's this little picture of them there, and behind them is the morning sun. How beautiful! And over here we have our next attraction. As you can see over here we have our some little backstage area. You can't see much over there. Our next area, the Great African Plain. Let's go through. So our first enclosure is over here. This being our lemur enclosure, our black and white-tailed lemur enclosure. This is actually one of I think this is I think one of was actually one of my first larger enclosures in the playthrough. And of course, the story behind this enclosure mainly is that our original cast lemurs, I think we had four or three of them. Yeah, we had I think four of them. They couldn't breed. For some reason, they just didn't want to breed, and we were only able to produce three children out of them in total. I think after we took all the children, I think we had Mafali, Mandrisi, and a female we sold off. We replaced them with mainly just a new cast of like I think we got like three gold female black tail lemurs, and we let Mandrisi have them. And then their kids we gave to Mafali, and then he died, and now we currently have Mafali's grandson currently taking care of everything here. They've stopped breeding. I've decided not to start breeding them anymore because lions and stuff have been working really well. This entire enclosure was mainly based off of the Circle of Life. Huh. That's I guess that's a Lion King reference. I guess I just got a trophy saying the Circle of Life. Have a juvenile lion be born into a zoo containing at least 10 species, and then it has like a little lion picture cub. Okay, that's definitely a Lion King reference. That's cool. Yeah, so this entire enclosure been based off of the Madagascar type environment, more or less. I wanted to originally do like a stone forest type of thing because in Madagascar there's like these like cool like pillars and stuff, well, like sort of like rock pillars that like look like a forest. I wanted to originally do that, but then they just kept breaking out, and I just never made the video, so I just had to do this instead. And of course, the biggest piece de resistance of our zoo, well, it's one of like a very good cool attraction, is our jungle cafe, or I call it the Lima Cafe. Now, of course, this took me a long time, but like 7 days in total because the geometry of this game didn't want to play nice with it. Of course, in comparison, we actually have many other restaurants in our zoo now, but this is very cool. Dangerous. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Hold on. Yeah, as I was saying, so the main like kind of based on like an area near like close to me. It's like a place called Monte Casino. It has like similar like little lemur enclosures, and of course the jungle cafes is that little add-on because it's actually playing words like from like the rainforest cafe. Oh, actually, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool idea. I might actually have like a little rainforest cafe on my next zoo, and they're gonna have like I wonder if there's like actual like animatronics in the game. We'll see how they see. We currently have I think four or five red rufted lemurs in here. These guys are like little money making machines, and them and the black-tailed lemurs, they really make money for us in early stages of our zoo. Now, of course, comes our next exhibit over here on our far side of the zoo. Excuse me, all the guests. We're going to have over the 3,900 guests. Over here. Yes, so surprisingly, guys, I decided to bring back the wild dogs. Yeah, so we got about five of them here. I think we have five of them in here. As you can see, I think we got five, one male, four females. I bought them all offline. Not offline, but I bought them all on the market. It took a while to get them actually because for some reason no one sells them. I don't know why no one sells them. That's like the one biggest critique of franchise mode. I wish franchise had like a way of like you said like maybe like in Tarkov essentially it's kind of Tarkov. You like NPC sellers and then you have like the market sellers. I wish there was like a way you could like inside franchise you could like go to like a rescue thing and then like a seriously increased price or something, you can go over there and then you can work with the market that way. Like you get like a two-tier system in a sense. Whoa. Oh, that's kind of cool. That. Hello, buddy. He's a good boy. Yeah. So this enclosure specifically, I didn't really have any inspiration behind it. It was something together because this enclosure is weird because they don't like grass and stuff. Which I also hate the fact that they're animals. Come on, tell me they don't like grass. They're like this is the maximum amount of grass you can put in the enclosure. Really? So I just kind of left it that. And of course now we're going to push over to this area a little bit. Now this is also part of the Great African Plain of our zoo. I've never realized this. since I always played the game on such a like high altitude, like not altitude, but like such a stuff like from up top, right, from up top down, you never really get a view of the zoo from the guest perspective. It's kind of cool in thinking about because like this actually like, kind of like a real zoo in a sense, with all these like little open areas of like little grass and trees. You see this tree over here? I was thinking like similar trees like this for the stone forest, but they just kept climbing like the like rock pillars and stuff I made, and this didn't work because they kept jumping over the fences. Also, like we also have a bunch of baobabs in this area. The baobabs were also intentional because I was thinking now I might as well uh, have them because that is African in a sense. And also another thing, with all these little drink stands, each of the lion statues is a memorial to one of our lions. I think over here specifically, this is Milan. I think it's Milan. He was our original albino we got from the zoo, and there's still signs that are just meant to commemorate the animals we have currently. And now to our biggest, oh, actually my favorite and the largest in diameter, technically speaking, just sheer effort put into it. This is my favorite enclosure, the gorilla house. Now, this houses the lowland gorillas, and honestly, I just love everything about this enclosure. It took me about a week to do to build it up completely. And this is just for a little reference to all my friends. We have a little statue, a gorilla statue, and above us, guys, look at this. Above us, we have this entire like roofed area, and this entire like little tower with where the gorillas can climb up. And if you can you can actually get like a very cool view. And these guys are currently our most highest appealing animal in the zoo. Actually, surprisingly, they actually have more appeal than the lions. Didn't know. They also have like a bunch of education stuff all around. Got speakers, everything, donation bins, trash cans, seats, the works. Inside this enclosure, too, you can see it's one of the gorillas right there. I think. Yeah, there she is. I don't know exactly where the male is. Oh, here's another one over here. I think we have like actually a couple gorillas in here. Yeah. We also has like two little waterfalls over here. This also makes I think it made like represent like the DRC in a sense. And any more over here we can see. I don't think so. Because originally I wanted this to also be like a mixed enclosure. I wanted to have gorillas and bonobos in here. But then I don't know, bonobos didn't really work well with them. I didn't like it because there's just too much work to put both of these enclosures in. I like to have the enclosures be like, showcases of the specific animal that they're meant to be tailored for. I do actually expect in the next series we're going to have more mixed enclosures. I do want that. I actually got a couple ideas. Yeah, there's a male. Holy hell, he's massive. Actually, I wish they actually had silverbacks in the game. I know there's like a mod and stuff for silverback gorillas. I really hope that if the game does keep getting DLCs, we get like silverback gorillas or something. That'd be pretty cool. Alright. And then this is essentially our west wing of the zoo. Almost done. We have a small little like alleyway over here too. And these like little stalls are actually I love this a lot too. Very much well designed. Love them. You can just see into the enclosure. Everything. It is a reason I love this enclosure much because like the amount of time put into something. It works so well, and this is arguably like the most realistic enclosure we've had. I know, like realistic, quote unquote. Yeah, sure. The gorillas could just, if they got agitated, they could just smash through the glass and kill everyone inside here. Yes, but with this plans, we have to use some imagination here. But don't mind the guests smashing through the enclosure. I also have these two over here still. Our waterfalls. Because also like little interactable stuff too here. Of course, these little signage things. I do like this. It's kind of like reminds me of like actual theme parks. All right, so I think that's now done for the lowland gorillas. Let's move on to the next enclosure. That being another really I do say it's actually a favorite of mine. I do like this enclosure a lot, specifically this area. Now, since last episode, you guys probably think, oh, wait, what happened to the outpost? Yeah, that's gone. I decided to remove it because since the complexity meter was so tough, it just couldn't work with the specific area. It didn't want to work, so I just had to close it off completely here, as you can see, and now just this little strip. So we have the safari tour, and of course, got a safari lodge here. Originally, this building was meant to be a hotel, restaurant, and like gift shop and safari building, kind of like from like Jurassic Park, the novel in a sense, with that safari lodge. Of course, constraints with the complexity meter did cause some issues here. But I do hope that in my next zoo I do build something similar to this, or at least I don't know. I want to have something like similar, like like a hotel or something, or like just a wink wink nudge nudge hotel. I just don't mind the protesters. I know why they. I don't know why exactly the protesters are all here. This makes sense that these animals have the best welfare in the world. This is a very cool enclosure. I love it to bits. With the baobab trees in the distance, you have like this little forest. I just cut down the baobabs and put them in the grass, in the ground, so they couldn't just see past it. It's a very contained area too. I love the containment of the area. You can see there's a rhino of ours, southern white rhino's got, got a little baby over there. Got the tour vehicles coming in and out. Surprisingly, this enclosure makes I think it makes like 100,000 per year alone. Of course, taxes and stuff and staff's wages that do increase the wage. And another cool thing is about this enclosure that whenever the rhinos get hungry, we have this like little feeding barrel here, so they always constantly come in. It actually works out very well for us because now like the view and stuff, like the education value in the viewing for them is wonderful. Huh. And of course, the train in the background going across the mountain range. That's also wonderful. Like the guys on the trains can also get a massive view of the enclosure too. So wonderful. Actually, come to think of it, let's take a little tour ride. Why not? We can take a little tour ride. Also over here we have like a little placard and stuff. Oh, whoops. Gavin doesn't want me to go through here for some reason. Okay. Let's have little placards and stuff over here, advertising on different species. Of course, these four couldn't make it, and these are now just leftover plans of what I originally wanted to do. Got a little restaurant in here. The chefs are constantly cooking, constantly getting. Oh, to tell you, I should probably just cut all their wages so I can make earn even more money. I'm currently earning about, I think, 500k a year, which is good. I spend it all in grass and stuff. It's fine. We'll grab a ride and see what we can see. So let's quickly go take a ride over here. Let's go to train 2. There we go. And we'll take a view. Over this. Let's go that seat. Oh, we're getting stopped up over here for some reason. Oh, holy hell! Look at that. Oh, this is kind of cool. I did use this like Lion King Pride Rock thing. I don't know. It looks kind of cool in the background, and the grass detailing to the grass looks so majestic from this angle. You're gonna get a closer look there. They're massive animals too. I do love when the animals like graze around in the grass areas. It's always so wonderful to see them graze because, come on, it does make you feel like you're in the wild essentially. Alright, now that's all over. We've seen now the rhino enclosure. Let's get to our next enclosure over here. So these are both sides of both sides of the area. We have these gift shops. Now these gift shops are essentially just here for just here for pretty. Also toilets, ATMs, a lot of ATMs actually. Oh, and we have a little tour going on now. Hmm. Very interesting what you say. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm going to actually understand them. And we have these aardvark enclosure. Now the aardvarks have been a very common staple of the zoo for a very long time now. We have them for a very long time. It's actually one of the most resilient species I think we have. However, I don't see any in here. I wonder where they are. I think they must be in the burrows. It almost looks like they're in the burrows. Yeah, I think they're in the burrows. Have to be in the burrows. I'm gonna look over here. I can't see them. That's a rock. I do sometimes mistake them for rocks because they're just so. Here's one here. Enter camera view. Here she is. Here's a wonderful female. Sleeping wonderfully, I guess. And let's see here. Is the guy husband? No, where's his husband? Where's the husband? Oh, there he is. Well, what are you doing over here, buddy? Hmm. Okay. Right. So then this is another part of the next enclosure area. So we have this like little area over here. It's a little detour, really. Let's be honest ourselves, yeah. So you come through here. There's like a little botanical garden area. And we had like this little shopping center. Of course, it has your standard stuff like your Bernie Bakes, cheap beef, Cosmic Cow, your what's this? Krispy Kreme. Actually, I can't tell which shop this name is. Let's see. Ah, Missy Good. Got Gulpy. Got your Hat's Fantastic. Pretty good area, and of course now over here also there's like a little mini enclosure too, a little side attraction type of thing. Go up here, over here. Here we are, our hippo enclosure. Actually, these two are still the original two hippos we've bought like from a couple of episodes ago. They're still alive. They're still kicking. They're still giving kids every now and then. It's great. I think both of them are actually in the water. Actually, yeah. I think I saw one. They might be surfacing soon. Let's see. This entire enclosure is mainly inspired. Well, I don't know if it's inspired really. I wanted to have like this like type of cove type area in the zoo. I wanted to have like a big bridge, right? I wanted that originally. Like I wanted to have like a bridge, and then I just over on the right hand side of the bridge, I wanted to have this massive Serengeti type enclosure for like a bunch of flamingos and hippos. I wanted flamingos and hippos. I'm going to come back on that and just went solely for hippos. I actually should show you guys the bridge over here on my right hand side. At least it goes to the bridge. Excuse me, security guard. You go over here, over here, over here. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Excuse me, excuse me. Alright, here we are. Here's the bridge. So this bridge can essentially oversee your entire hippo enclosure. It also oversees this little area over here in front of us. Very, very serene, very serene. And now here comes now an area of the park that strangely enough isn't much visited. I don't know why it's not visited much. Because it really houses, I'd argue, the biggest animal we currently have in the zoo. That being an African elephant. We have the original cast is still here. The original elephants are still here from from a couple of episodes ago. I should show you guys a little bit more in detail this entire area. I can show you. So this is the area currently. It's very nice. It's very contained in a sense. It does. I originally wanted to make like more like a San Diego type zoo enclosure. I wanted to have like an entire backstage area with like a massive gate, like a Jurassic Park style gate or something. And I started against it because that might just be too similar. And I built this like little inside area here where you can view the elephants from the inside of their little barn area. Also built a second private barn for them. Here's the herd. We'll put 1, 2, 3, 4 fully grown adults and two, I think three or two little babies going around. They're just constant breeding, these guys. There's constant breeding. All right, so I think that does it for that enclosure. The main, as I talked about, it was mainly inspired by the uh, by the San Diego Zoo, right? It was mainly inspired by the San Diego Zoo, and I do think it has its own unique style. This entire enclosure, I do wish I could have done more with it. I wanted to really expand this entire roadway out that area, but they just couldn't allow me because of the constraints. That's a big shame. Let's keep move along here a little bit, and we'll keep backtrack a little bit back to our train station because we're going to take a little ride to our final enclosure of the zoo. So yes, we don't have any actual like exhibit animals. That is a shame. I do plan on future on making a second Africa park when more DLCs release and more African animals. I have like coracles and dolls and spiders and stuff. I want to have that. Think of it more like a Second Safari 2 Electric Boogaloo, essentially. I want to have a second version of the zoo that is more compact and has more species. I want to have more species. That's the entire thing. But enough of that, it will have to be a sandbox zoo. It has to be a sandbox zoo. So as we go, and I think we'll take a little view. So train. So car 3. Actually, let's do this. Yeah, and then we can view. Guest facing, wing, front, under, top, back, orbit. Let's do this. It's one little train station I made over here. Very beautiful train station. And off we go. So we're really going to go through this like little nature area over here. And we're going to get a nice, amazing view now in a second here. Our protester spotted. Great. Here we are. Look at this. You get a little pretty little view of the entire enclosure. You get to see all the rhinos. You see the little pride rock up there. And of course the creek cuts off over to here. Goes through the little mountain range. Through this little mountain stop here. Keeps going. Mind this area since it was made more of a conservation credit area we'll be building up here. Let's keep the conservation credits going since they're big cats. And we arrive. There we go. And now that we're here, this is now a little main area. Of course, it's not really much done on it because I originally wanted to change the entire area completely. Of course, then I ran out of complexity meter stuff, and I might do it in the future. I might come back to the zoo and change it up a little bit. But this is a very cool area, I think, of this park. We have a little observatory, this massive wildlands area, essentially. Beautiful, beautiful wildlands. Got a couple lions in here. Got a cub over here. Beautiful little cub. I think I got another cub here. Where's the parents? I know I have an albino male, which is one of the original males we got from the park. Here they are, husband and wife. Also have him and Eben, Sadiki and Eben, sleeping while the kids are busy outside. Wonderful little enclosures, this I must say. As you can see, it's literally like directly just a couple, just a couple like small walk to this area. And I think that really does it about this entire zoo. And of course, if you guys didn't watch episode 1, which I presume some of you guys probably didn't even watch the entire series, I named the park Second Safari for a reason, mainly because I want to. It really like a reference to the hunter call the wild. One of the lodges there is called Second Safari. And I think personally, since I'm a South African, I want to build an African park, just out of obligation, really, before I move on to other parks. And I think, generally speaking, look, I'm going to upload this entire zoo onto the workshop for console. I don't know if it works cross-platform. I don't think it works cross-platform. It'll be called to Second Safari. You can go download it. You can improve it if you want. Make videos. Tag me in them on YouTube, and I'll gladly review them. I'll gladly even do like a small like a little review series of you guys making like improvements to the park or something. I would love to see that. But it's such a beautiful place. I love it so much. So much love to this place. Now, I think we're going to end the episode off here with a smart little tour episode, I think, guys. Thank you so much for all you guys, for the wonderful support you guys have given the series, the constant, never any comments, and all the subs and all the likes and stuff. Really warms my heart to see that such a support from the community. And yeah, guys, if I don't see you guys tomorrow, I'll definitely see you guys in the next series. Bye, guys.